going on, Jerome's? So the debut season of Jonathan James, JJ McCarthy as starter for the Minnesota Vikings has had its ups. The 2 touchdowns for Justin Jefferson this year have both been from him, but there's been some down moments as well, right? And also, the birth of the 9 persona and all the memes. He's probably the most meme man since Michael Jordan. It is what it is, right? So 6 starts in, had a couple great finishes. First up against the Bears, a great game against the Lions. Bad last 3 games aside from the game, what should have been the game-winning drive against the Bears, but the numbers are what they are. Just 54% completion percentage, 6 touchdowns, 10 picks, 57.9 quarterback rating, which is not good. It's no bueno. All right, and of course this is a process, and the whole thing about McCarthy, been called wet cement, where, like we said, you can't live and die every single day with the stock market, but since it's such a small sample size where you look at Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson or certainly Patrick Mahomes, like they'll have a down game, be like, if JJ McCarthy had that stat line, there would be riots, right? But the other quarterbacks, especially Mahomes, do have a track record, right? And JJ McCarthy right now, the sample size is small, so every single game seems like the Alamo, right? And with McCarthy, with Kevin O'Connell, yes, there's been some rough patches, but it does seem like you have the quarterback whisper. You have a quarterback with all the talent in the world, right? But it has seemed like the last couple games that Kevin O'Connell has been overcoaching JJ McCarthy, where he's a little bit slower because he's worried about screwing up. He's worried about mechanics. He's worried about everything. And that's all well and good, but it has to be muscle memory in game because everything is coming and going so fast. And you've seen how well he can do when he's not thinking, he's just doing. And we've been over this a million bazillion times. And it finally seems like Kevin O'Connell and JJ McCarthy get it. So O'Connell early in the week talking about JJ McCarthy. This is from Bring Me the News. I want him to have a clear head and clear mind to just go play, but play with the understanding of the decisions that I make with the ball in my hands. If the fundamentals need to be changed, if they need to be adjusted, if we need more time on task on that, that's one thing. But let's just make the throws. Let's just throw and catch. Let's just play with great rhythm and understanding of the plan. And that's what it comes down to, where, as we said, it just seemed like they were trying to fix his mechanics, complete overhaul in season. It's like a golfer trying to change his swing mid-round. It's just not going to happen, right? And when McCarthy is able to just play, like he can just play. And he talked about it to the Media Jackals on Thursday. A lot of the mentality has changed for sure. I was so focused on doing every snap perfectly and making sure every little detail, lit a finger down the seam of the trousers, was crossed and checked off. Coach O'Connell and Coach McCown have talked to me like, hey, let's worry about that stuff in the offseason. Thank you. Why didn't they just tell him that week 1? Or go out there, play your ball, and execute the play. That frees up a lot of space mentally. Be instinctual, react, and respond to what the defense is giving me. And that's exactly what we want to see. And the rest of the schedule, you got 5 games. Playoff chances are extremely remote, so you don't have that pressure, good, bad, or otherwise. But especially against Washington. Plus, you got 2 standalone games against the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football, which is not going to be flexed, as we've seen. They have to give 12 days notice, past 12 days, as well as the Lions on Christmas afternoon. So you're going to have a chance to rewrite a lot of narratives. They wrote you off, certainly do not write back. And McCarthy out here just playing fun, fast, and free. I think that the Vikings could get things done. And we said this before as a Vikings fan. It can't get any worse, right? But as we keep harping on, like, you've seen the big-time moments. You've seen the clutch gene. You've seen him make throws when he's not overthinking things, just playing in flow. And hopefully that's going to be what O'Connell says a lot, and hopefully he will stick to it, where you're not overcoaching, you're not thinking about this, that, or the other thing. Hey, is every rep going to be perfect? Absolutely not. But just go out there, let him make a play, let everyone, the fans, Justin Jefferson, and also Kevin O'Connell, let's just get some confidence back for McCarthy for 2026. Yes, you're probably still bringing in a veteran quarterback competition. That's fine. But again, let him play, let him thrive, let him grow and show. If he makes mistakes along the way, who cares? What's the worst that can happen? He throws multiple interceptions for 3 straight games. Is that the worst that can happen? This is what happens when you're coaching him hard. But no, just let him play. That's what it comes down to. But your thoughts are thoughts. Jonathan James McCarthy talks about change in mentality and just freedom. Swing away. Let's go, baby. Let us know. Comment section. You guys are the best you know what to do. Skol, production value.